So my first video was a short video on how to kind of do meditation and a little bit of the reasoning behind it. This video, forgive me if I take a bit too long of a pause, or if I lose my train of thought, or even if I go on a tangent, because this is my first time doing YouTube videos and I just wanted to share with you my experiences, and I believe that just doing the video will bring me on my path to sharing the benefits of meditation. My experience with meditation so far is that you can be closer and farther away from your true self. So everyone is either closer or farther away from their true self. And not everyone's perfect. So when you do meditation, it brings you on the path that is closer to your true self. So, for example, when you do a meditation on emptiness, the insights that I got and the realizations that I got from that were that when you meditate on emptiness, it makes you realize that the physical things in this world and even the mental things that people do, like people getting mad, people getting even happy about something, they're not truly the real thing that we are. So take for example, you take your hand, say your finger, or even your fingers. You don't have your fingers anymore because you cut them off in an accident. Now you don't have any fingers, but you are still yourself. So, of course, if you don't have your head, then you're gonna die. But your fingers are made of the same material that your head is. So when we meditate on that, we realize that we are not our body. I'm not saying this so that you should just believe me. I'm just saying that the meditation on this examines that, and you can realize that we are not your body, not our bodies. So, and when we realize that we are not our bodies, we can do another meditation on the mind. And it's a similar meditation. So you want to find out which part of the mind is our mind and which part is not. And then we find out a similar thing. So most of our sufferings, and like for example, most of the things we get upset about and feel bad about, or even attached to the positive things, but that are most people would call positive, are actually not real. In a sense, they're not real. So when we see that the mind and the body are not our true self, we realize that there is more important things in this life than our body and our mind. So when we realize that we are not our body and our mind, we realize that the only true thing that we can do, the only real purpose of being on this earth is to help other beings get relief from suffering. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should be on this path of getting relief from suffering, getting others to get on this path, but from my meditations, I have realized that. And if you do meditation like this, a lot of your problems will go away and you will have more harmony in your life. So things will go a lot smoother and it will solve most of your problems. I'm just saying most of them because, for example, you can have a monk that's studied for 30 years on something, but their life is pretty good. It's good, but it's not totally perfect. They're not totally perfect. And everyone is on their own path of down here or up here or this way, whatever. They're on their path, and it's not good or bad. It's just how do you want your life to be? So if you're getting angry, do you really want to be angry? I would say that most people in the moment of being angry, they want to be angry, but truly they don't want to be angry. So when we examine the meditations on the body and the mind, we realize our true purpose. And it's basically helping others. And so if you want to collect material things, that's fine. That's totally fine. But it's the attachment to it that brings suffering, and the attachment to excessive things that actually brings suffering. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, you can have a lot, you can be a monk, you could be like a billionaire monk, and you could be just as happy as a billionaire that's attached to all their things and afraid of losing their money. And if they lost everything, their life would be, they would think that their life would end. But so the monk, billionaire, and the billionaire that's attached to all their things, there's no good or bad between them. It's just, do you really want to live your life suffering like that? I'm not saying it's suffering like, oh, that person needs to be helped or anything, because they are where they're at and maybe they don't want to change. But for those of you that want to change, this is what this video is about. So when you meditate, you're kind of looping the thought of emptiness or compassion in your mind, so that when you go about your daily life, that thought that you loop becomes a part of you, and it's a very positive thought, and it's the basis of the way you act in life and the way you treat people, the way you see things. And it's basically, there's like higher thoughts, and then there's middle thoughts, and then there's low thoughts. And the low thoughts are like attachment and, I guess, ego. There's always going to be ego, because if we exist, there's ego. But there's more and less of certain things. And So essentially what happens when you meditate is you basically see, once you see that higher realization of emptiness or compassion, then you can notice everyone around you is basically thinking about themselves in every action they do. So, for example, sometimes maybe say if, for example, I went golfing today. I'm just trying to think of an example. So say that for example, say if you're in a rush to get to the next hole because for whatever reason someone is up ahead, they're already ready and you're rushing. Are you rushing because you don't want to make them feel bad or make them get angry? Or are you rushing because you don't want something to happen to you? So that's what you see when you do a lot of meditation, is that you see everyone around you is kind of doing everything selfishly, and everything they say is very selfish. It's not a good or a bad thing, it's just you'll see that a lot of people are stuck in this way of thinking, and most of their actions during the day is a selfish action. And that's one thing that you see from meditation. But it helps if you watch YouTube videos. And read books. It'll give you some insights so you don't have to do so much meditation. But you have to get that insight, the first realization where you meditate on emptiness. Then you'll see the purpose of meditation, and you'll see for yourself why you have to do meditation. You can't really, like, for example, if you say you've never played a sport, like say golf, you've never played it, you've never heard of it, you came from a country where they never played it, or you've never even heard of it, and say that someone is telling you that you should play golf, but they tell you nothing about it. It's like, okay, well, why should I play it, right? That's the same thing as meditation. You will see the actual, I'm telling you the benefits now, but you will see the actual purpose after you've achieved a certain level of meditation. You'll actually see the purpose behind it, and you won't see the purpose in your first 2 or 3 sessions of meditation for 20 minutes a day, which is not to say that you shouldn't do 20 minutes a day, but so the funny thing is, a lot of people, I think they meditate, and then, which I did, they meditate and then they do it for a few days because someone told them, oh, you should do it, and then they thought, oh, nothing's happening, so, and they got distracted, or they thought they wanted to do a better thing, but they didn't see the purpose. But if they saw the purpose, they would realize that that's what you should be trying to do. And but even me, I'm not always thinking of the actual true purpose because my mind is still clouded, but I have seen the purpose, so I still remember that there is a purpose, and that's why I still continue to meditate. And I hope all of you that are watching this video can get the realizations that you need to continue meditation, and I hope you listen to what I'm saying, and try meditation out for a good 3 weeks to a month before you and don't quit it before you actually start to notice changes in your life, and then you see the benefit, right? So basically, I hope that you continue to meditate or even start meditation. But basically, you want to do 20 minutes of meditation at the start and then continue to do more and more. But you have to have an increase, or else it's not going to get you anywhere. But you got to build momentum. So I hope all of you do meditation, and that's the reason I'm doing this video, is to benefit anyone that maybe has problems in their life and they want to solve the problems, and they actually want to get out of their cycle of negativity or whatever it is they want to do. And I think this is a good way to share to people instead of talking to them, because it's like a one way. You're just putting it out there and someone's looking at it. So I hope all of you start doing meditation, and I'm hoping to do videos every day on this. And they're not perfect, and I'm not perfect, but I'm continuing to prove, and my meditation will actually help with that, and it has helped. But anyways, I hope you share this video, because I would really appreciate if you shared this video. Maybe it will help someone that is having problems in their life, and maybe they will share it. So I'm going to be making a lot of videos, so the chances of that happening and the chances of it reaching somebody and it affects them in a good way are higher. So thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next video.